Location, location, location. Woo!
I'm Realtor Victor Nawrocki, and I specialize in homes near Disney World.
Hey, I'm Victor Nawrocki, and I'm here in this community today on this beautiful June 1st morning. My customers are closing tomorrow. They're not in town, so I am doing the walkthrough. Take a look after this spiffy opening. Stay tuned right after this spiffy opening. Right after this spiffy opening. So you're looking at the house for the very first time.
It is exceeding expectation at the moment.
Wonderful. I'm Realtor Victor Nawrocki with one of my buyers, Darlene, and she just bought a house near Disney World. And now she can go on the Jungle Cruise anytime she wants, 100 times a year. Same jokes, but 100 times a year. Hey everyone, here I am. I'm here with Manny, and we're going to be talking today to two of my favorite customers who purchased a home in Winter Garden, Elissa and Neal. And without further ado, here we are.
Hi, Victor.
How you doing?
Hi.
So
we're doing good.
Good. We've got 10 people watching already, which is fantastic. So for those of you who are watching, please tell me where you're watching from. Post a comment, ask any questions. And what we're going to do is recap. Elissa and Neal have been Winter Garden residents for 5 years now.
5 years.
So what were your first impressions of Winter Garden? Did you know anything about it?
Not until you brought us here. We didn't even know it existed when we went to Disney.
Okay.
Just go to Disney and the hotels. We never really left the property.
All right. Yeah, and that's what I hear from a lot of people is they'll say they'd like to live near Disney World, but everything they see that's near Disney World isn't very residential. And it really is. There's a lot of really residential areas around Disney, but this is only developed this Winter Garden, Windermere, has only come around in the last 20 years, and really in the last 10, because the community I live in and you live in was not here 10 years ago.
Right. The only thing we knew when we drove, we knew I-4 going to the entrance to Disney World, where you see no homes. We knew when we took the auto train, it took us to I-4. When we went to my mom's, we were on the turnpike, and sometimes, I mean, we were on 192 coming down, but no place showed you where people lived. That didn't exist, and we came a lot. We came a lot to to Disney World. And we always took buses, the Disney transportation. If you
Yeah.
take Disney transportation, you're not going to see what's around. You just see what's on Disney property.
And a lot of highly commercial areas or touristy areas.
Yes.
So that's actually brings me to what was going to be my last question. What would you say to someone who is unsure about buying near Disney or thinks it's too touristy?
All right. So touristy, even when you're on Disney property, which the first time we came to see our home when it was being constructed, we came through Disney property because that's the way you get to our house, which is pretty phenomenal. We passed the sign, and Alyssa and I both freaked out. We're like, what's happening here?
Said, "Welcome to Disney World," and we said, "Why are we going this way?"
Right. Why do we see the most
Why-
magical
why-
place on earth?
Why are we passing hotels and water parks and Disney property to get to our house?
We had no clue. Even, well, I'm not going to get into that because you'll ask us about that. But even when you took us months before, we had no clue where we were when you took us. We didn't know.
Yeah.
So touristy, yes, we can drive 10 minutes, 15 minutes from our house, 20 minutes, and we can see tourists. But where we live, it's residential.
Yeah.
And residential and actually magnificent.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's hard to believe that down the block or 3 miles west is the castle.
Yep. Absolutely. It's so close, yet there's no short-term rental allowed. There's limited hotels. I mean, there are some hotels, but very limited. Where do you, Christopher's asking where you live? Do you mind if I tell the subdivision?
You could tell the subdivision.
Okay, it's
Just don't give them the actual physical
it's in
location.
Winter Garden. We'll be general. It's in Winter Garden, Horizon West. Yeah, I'm not going to give you the address. So yeah, but that's one of the things is when I talk to people is that and that's why I do a lot of my live streams is because they have no idea what's in the surrounding areas of Disney. They'd like to go to live near Disney to go, but everything they see is either short-term rentals or hotels.
Right.
Yeah. So, like if you, a funny thing was I got a call from someone once who was in a community and they were saying, "Oh, why didn't you show me this? This is," I said, and I'm like, first of all, I didn't show it to you because I'm not working with you. And you and they had the wrong forget it. But anyway, the house. I said it was in Davenport, and I said, "Does it have a pool?" And they said, "Yeah, it has a pool." And I'm like, "Okay, it's a short-term rental community." So, because people don't realize all these different communities have different identities,
Right.
and some of them allow short-term rental. So yeah, you get a pool with the short-term rental, but you're also in a short-term rental community.
Right. A lot of people don't realize. Now, I'm going to use the word transient, but I'm not using it derogatorily.
Yeah.
But that, there's a definition attached to a transient person that you meet. That person is not going to be your neighbor for a long time, and
Yeah.
they could jump in and out. There's here, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I believe in Winter Garden, uh, a rental. Now you can rent a house
For a
out
year.
for a year. It's got to be a year. So you're not going to have people who are coming for a week or two to Disney staying next door,
Mhm.
and possibly, having the whole family come, 50 people in there for a pool party or whatever. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen here. Everybody that lives where we live lives here. That's the
Mhm.
reality. Now, there are people that rent. We see people move.
Yeah,
See people
yeah,
move.
you have to be, a year minimum rental.
Exactly. You can't do it. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people don't like HOAs, and Alyssa and I never lived in an HOA before. It
That
is a
is an
big thing in
adjustment.
Florida. Yes. Look, there are things that people dislike about an HOA.
Mhm.
Being told what you could plant in your garden,
Yep.
when you want to make a change, when you have to paint your house, all these things might bother somebody. But there are many things that are really good for an HOA
Mhm.
because they restrict certain things that people say, oh, they keep your property value over. Well, it's not only the property value, it's also who your next door neighbor is going to be. You'd like to at least know that person for a more than 3 months,
Yep.
and
So
and
we
that's a
yeah.
good thing.
Well, that's based on the also on the county. The county does not the city, I'm sorry. The city of Winter Garden, Windermere do not allow short-term rentals. Um, the only one that's in Winter Garden is the Grove, which is that enormous condo development that's tucked away off Avalon.
Right
So,
now, the interesting.
everything else you cannot do short-term rental, which makes it much more residential. Yes,
Even apartments have to be 1-year contract.
exactly.
Right, and the truth of the matter is, and you know this, and hopefully everybody that's watching, because they've listened to you enough times, and we've been with you enough times. Look, you can move further away from Disney World. I like to say that Victor lives in the Disney bubble. We live in the Disney bubble. Many of our friends who moved down here live in the Disney bubble.
Yes.
We also have friends that live further and they're out of the Disney bubble. Uh, the Disney bubble, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, makes it a little bit more expensive.
Yeah,
But
there's a premium for the
yeah,
land.
there is a premium, but it's got its advantages. We go down the block and we are in Flamingo Crossing, which is Disney's own place. There's
Mhm.
hotels, there's restaurants, and when you say touristy, Flamingo Crossing is not touristy. It's a shopping center. Even though there's, what are they, 7 or 8 magnificent hotels there, you don't feel like when you go into the
6.
Target, you don't feel
There's
touristy.
six
6
hotels.
hotels,
And on the other side now, I think we went with you, we saw a Holiday Inn Residence or something.
right on the other
Saw
side
that.
of a Western Way, and it's not like they're building more hotels here. They're
Mm-mm.
building more places for people to live,
Yeah,
which makes it advantageous to people who want to move here and who like to get into their car
and go to
and
Disney.
go to Disney because they just woke up and rolled over and said, I'm going to Disney. Chris, am I
I
playing the trumpet for you? Hold on.
Well,
You know,
we're gonna get into that, but I'm gonna tell you that today I was at a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home that was under $400,000. Now, that comes with the fact that you're 40 minutes from Disney World. But there's certain areas that I know where you can hop on the 4 and be in Disney World in 25 minutes, where you can get a house under $400,000. Brand new.
yes.
So there's a little further out, there's greater affordability than really close to Disney World.
That
So,
and that is the truth. But basically, we're actually thrilled uh, to be where we are.
mhm,
Um, you know, moments away from us is Disney property. We leave our development, and Disney owns the property that goes down south on the side of 429. It's their property. Do we know whether Disney owned where we live? We have no clue. It's
yeah,
very possible.
I've actually looked it up, and you can't tell because it was like an LLC, but my community borders Disney property. I could be on Disney property in 5 minutes
Yes.
walking. It's right down the street. I don't want to walk through the swamp, but but it's right there. I mean, it's like, but and I wish they'd put a bridge in there so I could just walk
We said the
across.
same thing.
I don't have to
We
get in
want
my
a tunnel.
car. Yeah, I want a tunnel. That'd be nice.
We want a tunnel that will
So
go under Disney property. You know, so as you go down Western Way, which is our connection
Yep.
to Disney World, which is the first road that Victor took us on, and we had no idea where we were. And we are Disney World lovers. Alyssa's been going her whole life. I've been going since I'm a little boy. We had no idea what this road was. We're going, where are we? Where are we? And now we know exactly where. To the left of us, when he took us there, was Animal Kingdom. We had no clue.
Yep.
To the right of us is the Magic Kingdom. We didn't know.
Now, the thing is, now this is a pitch for me. When we talked on the phone originally, you told me you didn't have any idea, but you told me what you needed in a home.
Yes.
And so, I knew that probably Windermere was gilding the lily, but I just felt that Horizon West, and at the time when you bought, the prices were a little bit more effective.
Yes.
So I was able to match what your needs were so that we were able to do it in 2 days.
Yes.
We did. You took us a lot of places in 2 days.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't even remember where this one was after we bought it.
Right. I truly believe, that when
you knew it was close, but you didn't know exactly where it was.
we knew it was close.
We tried to look on the map. We tried to look on Google Earth. And that's why we were totally shocked when the house was being built and we were living with Neal's mom in Fort Lauderdale. And we drove through and it said, "Welcome to Disney." And we're like, why are we driving through Disney World to get to our house?
Right. There's Mickey and Minnie and Pluto. And we're going, this is strange. We don't have annual passes. We don't have any tickets. Where are we going? We thought we went the wrong way.
Yeah.
But for us, Alyssa and I are very open-minded people. And we were smart enough to know, not so smart about certain things, but smart enough to know that Victor knew a heck of a lot more than we knew. And he knew where to take us. And when we gave him the description of what we were looking for something new. When we opened the door to our house, we wanted the new car smell.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not saying a resale is bad. No, I am not saying that, because in certain areas like Windermere, you might have to get a resale, but
yes,
we
Windermere is going to be 99% resales. There's only one community that they're building in yet. And Dr. Phillips is sold out, except for 24 units that are left to be built. If anybody wants to know about them, I know where they are. I'm going to keep it secret till you call me.
And Dr. Phillips is very cool.
Oh, Dr. Phillips is awesome.
Yeah,
Dr. Phillips is great.
That's my Universal.
You got my Trader Joe's right there. That's all I need.
I know.
Trader Joe's.
They're better supermarkets.
You've got the area with Portillo's, the largest White Castle, which will probably kill you, but it is the largest White Castle over there. You've got a Wawa right over there. Whole Foods is by Trader Joe's.
Sprouts is there too.
Great places over there, but we have to be real. Where we live is way more residential than over there. That is way closer to touristy spots. And
it is, yeah.
And Dr. Phil's is way smaller. Yeah, it's way smaller. How has living so close to Disney World impacted your lifestyle?
Yeah.
Well, I get up and Neal's like, "What do you want to do today?" I say, "Let's go have lunch in the Polynesian." And we did it, not yesterday, but the day before. I said, "I want to see the gingerbread houses. I want to go I want to see the new bar at the Grand Floridian. And I want to have lunch in the Polynesian."
Isn't that
So we
great?
went. I got
Yeah.
my nails done in the morning, which is across the street from the Magic Kingdom where I go to get my nails done. We saw you once there. And it's right down the block. And I said, let's just go.
Okay, so we're getting a question about Alyssa's accent and my accent. So
There is no accent.
we're from, obviously we're from New York originally, and to us, everybody else has an accent. We don't. And they're saying you have a thicker accent than I do. So, as the Curtis family, as far as sounding closer to the Floridian, I don't think I'm going to ever sound like I say Florida, they say Florida. It's like, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Depending, like now I know I'm speaking. I am a performer. So now I know I'm speaking. I do have the ability to try and remove some of that accent so that you can understand me better. But I could quickly go to forget about it in 1 second, So it all depends on the mood and the moment. How has living so close to Disney World impacted your life? Okay, so Alyssa said that. So we did just go to the Polynesian. And, there are different restrictions in Disney, and you have to follow them. We know that we can't go right now to the Polynesian and Park without a reservation.
Because of the Christmas holiday.
The Christmas holiday and also the construction. So we parked in Magic. We have our annual passes.
We parked in Ticket Transportation. We walked to the Poly, which was 5 minutes. Got our exercise in. I wanted to go to Captain Cook's.
Captain Cook's.
Captain Cook's. I wanted their meatballs.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free meatballs. We met nice people walking along the way from Connecticut. Walked with us. We ate. Then I said, let's walk to the Grand Floridian instead of taking the monorail. So we walked to the Grand Floridian to see the new lobby. I wanted to see it. It's all decorated. All the trees are up.
It's beautiful, by the way. There are people who are disappointed that Disney built the bar.
It's really.
I have to tell you, we were in there the other day, and I took pictures. And the bar doesn't look. If you're bothered that people are drinking wine or champagne or whatever, then you might have an issue with it. They changed all the furniture. It's all the walls are repainted. The carpet, it's magnificent in there.
It is beautiful.
If you go in there, nobody will be bothered. What's your favorite Disney local perk? Fireworks in the backyard, quick restaurants, seasonal events, etc. Favorite local perk?
Well, we did see the fireworks the other day from our house, and we also can see the rocket launches like practically every day now. And so we just go to Disney a lot to eat. I say
a lot.
Too many times.
We go a lot.
So they know me.
What's your favorite place? Your favorite perk?
The French Quarter.
The French Quarter.
Okay, so French Quarter we could always get into.
Yeah.
So if we want beignets or if I want food. So we go so often that the chef, I need personality. He knows me. He said he will make me whatever I want. Even if it's not on the menu, he will make me whatever I want. So
that's quite a perk,
They're like, "Honey,
yes,
you got
it's quite a perk."
So we like, what are we going to have for lunch today? Let's go to French Quarter. Obviously, the beignets are there.
Oh, I
That's
love them.
Secret, of course. Mickey beignets. Who doesn't love Mickey beignets?
Yeah.
Of course, if you eat too many of them, then you gain a little bit of weight. Unfortunately, what are you going to do? We've got to lose it. But it's an amazing perk to not have to wake up. But the people who come here who are on vacation, like we did, wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They shower to be the first in the park, do rope drop, and run to every attraction and try and get everything in. For us,
if we see the line is too long, we said we'll come back tomorrow.
Right.
Exactly.
We roll out of bed when we want. So we go to the Disney parks. Most of the time, we don't have to make a reservation. We're going after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. For somebody who's buying a ticket, they're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great perk to say, we've got stuff to do in the morning. But wait a second, the Beach Boys are at night. We can show up
We
at
did.
4:00, get online, and watch a show at Epcot.
So when it's the festivals, to go to Epcot to see all the concerts is amazing. So sometimes we just go to the concerts because where can you do that and see all these great performers?
Yes.
It's a great, great perk to be able to do that.
Yeah. So, what do you think surprised you the most coming from New York to buying a home in Florida? What was like the biggest surprise? I know we already mentioned HOAs. Is there anything else that comes to mind when you
It
think?
is so quiet here.
Ah,
So one of our cats, we have the deck, which we love outside our bedroom. She wants to watch the sunrise every morning. So she wakes me up and I open the door and the sun is rising and
oh,
all I hear are birds. All
oh,
different sounds of different birds just talking. The warm air comes in to the bedroom. The sun is rising and it's beautiful. And even the sunsets. So when we were driving back today, the sunsets are amazing. It was like Neal said, I don't remember the sunsets like this. And I said, well, in New York, they weren't like this.
yeah.
It didn't look like this.
We're way closer to the equator here. It's like the Caribbean. Just tonight, we were coming back. Many of you know Donna. We were at Donna's to say hi. And we're coming back, and it's this big orange globe in the sky. I mean, the sun was so bright orange, and it's November 22nd. It was incredible to see
and
that.
it was 82 degrees.
82 degrees. It'll go down tonight into the 60s.
Right now, 73.
If you're walking in the parks tonight, or I know there's Jollywood Nights tonight, and you're in the parks right now, you are so comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, during the summer, you're going to sweat. All right, you get used to it. During the winter, we froze back in New York.
Yeah.
So the quiet is something. Now, being that we are New York City type people, we were both born in Brooklyn, New York, and we lived in Long Island too, which is a lot more suburban than when we lived in Brooklyn. But look, it's not easy for this New Yorker who spent his whole life living with New Yorkers to adjust sometimes to everything in the Florida lifestyle. Obviously, New Yorkers, I'm not going to use the word high strung, but we move quicker. We talk faster. That's just our way, and you do have to adjust to the people. But then we have to say, living in the Disney bubble, there's more chance of meeting people from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, from the tri-state area, than if you go 30, 40, 50 minutes out.
Yeah.
It's way more rural.
The majority of my customers are coming from the New England, New York area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, some Ohio, but that's been the majority of my customers.
On the block we live on now, a lot of people are from Long Island.
Oh, really?
At least 10 families. We met during it's a big holiday here in our community for Halloween. So everybody sits outside. Some people have barbecues for the kids. Some people made a haunted house out in their driveway.
Oh, Halloween was unbelievable here. 5 families on one of the streets must have gotten together and said, we're going to do Star Wars themed. And they built, one guy built a life-size TIE fighter in his driveway. There were Millennium Falcon replicas. It was wild to see what they did. So one major difference between where we lived in New York and here, and this is true, is that the neighbors are definitely a lot more skittish. You don't see them as much as you see your neighbors in New York. You just don't.
Yeah.
They work. They're doing things. Alyssa and I are retired. We go out at different times than they do. We don't have a schedule. We don't have a schedule. Yes, when I perform, when I go out to play music, I have a schedule, but we're not tied down to that anymore. We've done it. We're done with it. So, you have to get used to not seeing the people, but we do know our neighbors. As a matter of fact, across the street from us, one of our neighbors is a pilot, and we become friends with him, and he and his wife are great people. And we've gotten to the point where, like, okay, if I know he's not here, I will bring his trash cans back. If I see his packages, he texts me, can you do me a favor and put the packages somewhere? No problem. This is more to me of the way people who live next door or across the street treat each other. But that doesn't mean that everywhere, like this is a melting pot. Just, it's a different kind of melting pot than New York. But this is a melting pot because people from Kansas, from Chicago, from Texas, from everywhere are here.
Yes.
Because this is Orlando. And where do people go when they go to Disney World? And they move here because they want to be that close.
Besides us going to Disney World, it passes to Universal, SeaWorld, Gatorland.
Keep going.
And now
the Space Center.
We joined the Kennedy Space Center,
Oh,
which we
gosh.
haven't gone to in like over 20 years. And it was totally changed and totally nice. And we've gone a few times and we still haven't even seen everything.
Yes, people from Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, even Massachusetts, Boston. It's so cool. It's so cool to see how many different people are here. And I do see a lot of our friends in the chat. Stephanie, I see you. I see Paul. Ann, I saw you. Allison, we say hi. Christopher, we see Christopher a lot in your chats all the time. He is a Victor fan. Benjamin, it's good to see you also. And so advice to someone buying a home in this area.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you.
And I'm going to say, use Victor.
There you go.
We didn't know anything. And you made that whole book for us with all of the houses.
We still have it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
And everyone was a floor plan and everyone was where it was. And when we were deciding on the house, our youngest son, Lucas, who was in school for architecture, he was studying all the floor plans. And he said that this house was looked the best.
Oh, good.
Okay, so somebody buying a home in this area, what's my advice to them?
Okay.
Alyssa said it right away.
Because
listen, there are many different realtors, and you can go on your own. You can go on your own, and you're going to be lost because just in this community alone, just in this area, within a 10-mile radius,
so many houses.
So many new developments have just grown out of the ground. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Now, Victor knows the builders. We've learned, many of you have seen Alyssa and I ride around with Victor. I listen to everything. Hey, Richie, I listen to everything. And our good friend Richie, our John's in there. He is an inspector for the city of Orlando. And when our house was being built, Victor actually went to our house, which we'll get into, but Richie, an inspector, he's our friend. He came over here. We learned so much. The key is, everybody thinks they know everything in life. And, we all know a lot of stuff about a lot of different things. I will say that if you want to discuss music and education with me and education and being a great mom with Alyssa and lots of other stuff, obviously, and Disney, because she's a Disney expert. Yeah. But now we're talking about moving to a foreign land called Winter Garden.
Yep.
When you said Winter Garden, I'm like, what is there, a garden in the winter? What does that mean? I have no clue.
I know where they got the name from.
And what's funny is I will talk to people and they'll say, oh, no, that's so far away. And I'm like, no. You're thinking about Winter Haven or Winter Springs.
Winter Park.
There's so many
There's
winters.
so many.
I-
But winter, yeah.
Well, the thing is, there are a lot of baseball teams
Mhm.
that have minor league teams in Winter Haven and far away from
Yes.
here. We never heard of Winter Garden. How? I mean, when I tell you now, if you look back in other streams that Alyssa and I have been on, you will see the development we live in. It's called Waterley. You know, it's already out there, so I could say it. We live in an area called Waterley, and you know, when we went to look at Waterley, there were some homes there, but there was mud.
Yeah.
Like the house we're in right now, when we looked at this area, it was mud. It was mud and water, and you know, dead orange groves. I mean, who would imagine? Hi, Donna.
Hi,
Who would
Donna.
imagine that you could live here?
Yep.
You know, it's just not something that comes into your mind. And like I said, if you're visiting Disney World, you'd never, ever, ever know. Even if you're staying in Flamingo Crossing, you would never know to make a left turn or a right turn.
Don't give out that.
And I'm not. No, a left turn or a right turn. And there's so many developments. So now south of us, there's so many developments. And we've gone with Victor, and Victor goes all the time to these brand new developments that we have friends that live there.
Mhm.
If you go north, there's developments all the way up to Hamlin, Silverleaf. I mean, there's so many
Silverleaf is really
right.
good.
There's so many different developments. No, you would never know that if you're on Disney property. And
Yeah.
Victor took, you know, how would you ever know to go 40 minutes out and see another area closer to actually, it's called Plant Street. And we went to an area over there
Yes, we did.
that had beautiful homes. Beautiful homes. Of course, you know, you have to drive a half an hour.
It's 45.
You know,
Yeah.
Once I saw it was far, I said we're not going to do it. We're not going to go every day to Disney.
right. So
Exactly.
the advice I give to you is the knowledge that Victor has is unmatched. But beyond the knowledge, even if you found somebody who knew that much, when you're buying a home, it's very important to trust and have faith and look at the person's heart, because you are making an investment that can make or break you.
Yeah,
You're
good.
taking every penny you have and putting it towards this property. You better make sure that this man or lady that you're talking to is genuine, gives a darn about you, and not just a commission.
Yeah.
And I have proof that our friend Victor gives a darn about us.
We're still friends 5 years later.
Victor was in our house last night for our Friendsgiving. I would do anything for Victor.
And you have.
Victor would do anything for us. So what more can you want from somebody who you're putting your investment in? Total trust.
Well, you did mention something that I think is very interesting. I have seen people sell communities just because the person has said, this is what I want. And I think the problem is sometimes what you want may be not exactly what's going to be beneficial to you. And there are certain communities that have become albatrosses where you can't get rid of them.
Yep.
So, you know, so I have quite a few of those that I think of when people are looking for properties that I won't show. I say, if you want it, you can go ahead and buy it by yourself. I'm not putting my name on it.
Well, Victor,
and that
this is
usually
not-
stops them enough.
This is not an albatross that you sold us.
Yeah.
That you showed us. Certainly not.
Mhm.
Folks, I'm not bragging. We made an investment. It wasn't a cheap investment, but the reality is if we decided we're going to go somewhere else, that investment was like pulling the slot machine in Vegas and hitting the jackpot. So
Yeah.
we didn't go wrong. And the person who directed us here,
Mhm.
you're looking at in the screen with us. And he also was friendly with the DR Horton sales rep. This
They're
gentleman,
always friendly.
always, yeah, I mean, and that helped us so much.
Yeah.
It
Well, I
helped us
knew
so
him. I
much.
knew him really well.
You knew him
And
really well, and that
I
connection.
also went there the day before and talked to him. I remember that. And we had a couple of different. I know we went to Watermark,
Yes,
and I will say that you were in town for just 2 days. I gave you a good, and this is how most of my good customers work. Gave you a good, strong overview of what we were looking at, and you weren't ready to buy that first trip, although I would have liked you to.
Well, we had to sell our house.
Exactly. So, and then you kept in touch with me. When I saw stuff that I thought would interest you, I went to it for you, sent you videotapes. And by the time you were really ready, we knew exactly where to put you.
Well, you have to mention that it was a pandemic and we could
Oh,
not
yeah,
go
that's
down there.
true.
And you did the walkthrough for us
yep.
because we
The
were
walls, when the walls were going up, you did the
I did it.
the
I think, did I live stream it? I think
you
I
live
live
stream.
stream it. Yep.
Yes.
yes, and we were not being in New York. We were not allowed to come down to Florida.
Yeah.
We were banned.
We were banned from Florida. Our son lived here. He was in the college program, and the other son was at the University of Miami. We couldn't help him get out of the U, et cetera, et cetera. So there was a lot of things going on.
And you did a lot. You went in, you looked all the time, you checked there are videos of you walking here when there was no walls.
Yeah.
I look back because I try to look how the arrangement of the rooms were. And I was like, oh no, he's gonna fall through.
Right. So we live in a 2-level home, and
you went up the
Victor
steps.
was going up the steps when it was just wood.
There was no walls.
Yeah.
And there's nails coming out from everywhere.
I know.
Crazy stuff.
I'll tell you, it is fun to walk through a house when it's in that stage, but sometimes you got to be really careful.
Yeah,
I have whacked my head a couple of times.
Right. And then when we went with you, because we were staying by Neal's mom, and we drove up from Fort Lauderdale. I remember we had to get hard hats to come look at the house.
Yeah.
To see how it was going.
And I remember the first time you saw the house finished, you had already closed.
Yes. Yes.
That is.
We closed and had to run. We closed, and then we had to drive back to Fort Lauderdale because we had to get the cats and the guinea pig at the time and drive back.
Right. We still had all our valuables at my mom's house. We had our animals at my mom's house, and we had everything in storage. So we had both our cars shipped down because at the last second we realized everything we had didn't fit in our car. So we rented a van.
Yep.
And made the trip down in one shot because we had the animals. We couldn't really stop anywhere. It was quite an adventure, but the adventure was made so much easier by having somebody who genuinely wanted to help us. And like I said, wasn't just in it to make the buck. Yeah. And I understand making a buck. Life is good. You want to make money. You're working, and we completely think that whatever commission Victor got, he deserved. What? I mean, he deserved.
When we asked you to go check for something, like was there electric in the outside on the deck, and you went and you checked and said yes, they're putting in electric before certain stuff was done.
Yeah.
I remember we tell you went right away.
Yeah, and we literally went. The first stop we had was right outside of the Magic Kingdom, and we looked at these homes and we really like them. We really like them.
First place you showed.
I mean, they're sold out now. It's 5 years that we've been here. They sold out really quickly because literally you walk outside your door. The only place closer than where Victor lives, where we live, and where Donna lives is this place.
Yeah.
And we did see the homes, but in retrospect, when you
Oh
move over
yeah, I
there,
remember that. That was really close to the fireworks.
oh yeah,
Well, it was across the street practically from the Disney parking lot.
yep, from
Yeah,
the cast member parking lot. But
you
when
could
you move
walk to
over there,
Disney.
yeah, you
Mm.
have to prepare yourself because you're going to hear the train, the horn from the train.
And the
You're going to hear the fireworks really loud
Yeah,
because they are behind your house. That's the reality. We didn't think about that. Like when we went there,
there was no fireworks.
folks, if you are a real Disney fan and you saw how close this was, immediately you said, I have to live here.
yeah.
A true Disney fan
Oh
wants
yeah.
to live in Disney World.
I used to hear the Liberty Bell.
Yes.
I hear the
Sometimes we
I hear
heard
the trains, I hear the fireworks. Sometimes I hear the steamboats. But the Liberty Bell is not
Gone.
anymore. But
Yeah, well, things are changing. But I will say to you, to Disney fans, Alyssa and I went to the Polynesian the other day, and we parked in the main parking lot. So she gets her nails done
Literally.
behind the Magic Kingdom.
So when you look out the window from where I get my nail, you see the castle.
You
That's
want to talk
amazing.
about
Crazy.
Disney people?
It's crazy.
All cast members go in to get their toesies and their fingers done at this
They
place.
get a discount.
They get a cast member discount. So we left from there and drove around the road that takes you to the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian, and
Yeah.
also to the Magic Kingdom parking lot. And we saw the construction going on.
Yeah.
So for those of you who just visit and have not seen this, it's going to go to the road, the perimeter road. It's amazing. They are going to add, it looks like they're adding 1/3 to the Magic Kingdom. They're
Yeah.
building mountains. They're building mountains. And
Yes.
that's just a little tidbit of what's coming. And you know what? As a true Disney person, people, we get to see this. We can drive by every darn
we
day.
see the new hotel
Yes.
for Wilderness. They're building 1,000 rooms there also.
Yes.
Now, the people who aren't Disney people, they might say these people are nuts. Who cares that much about Disney and all that? But we do have our regular lives, and we live our regular lives. But it is pretty cool if you're a Disney fan to be able to walk out your door and see this stuff.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, I see the fireworks in my backyard. That's why I bought this house.
Your house
has a better view.
The view of the fireworks from your house is unmatched.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And for anybody who's been lucky enough to be invited to Victor's Vista, they know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Victor has a magnificent view of the fireworks. So,
And I'm going to start live streaming again the fireworks now that I've got this new vertical thing that I can do. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
So many of the homes here have water behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And I said we live in Waterley. Believe me, it's called Waterley because there are lakes, there are ponds, so Victor could watch the fireworks. And if he has a flashlight on the water, he could see these two eyes come out of the water. And it might be Allie the alligator. And let me tell you something. People go, oh my God, alligators. The first time we saw an alligator in our pond, we were fascinated. We were not scared. We don't go out there and throw a chicken at them. No. You take pictures from a safe distance from your house. We're that close where if you just zoom, there you go. We've got the sandhill cranes that you see in Victor's introduction. That's from our house, from the back window.
We also had a sea turtle lay eggs.
A turtle, yep. We had a turtle. A big turtle laid eggs in our backyard.
We had to fence it off so that the gardeners would.
Oh, goody.
We made sure the landscapes, I put poles there. I mean.
And one year we had a American eagle built a nest on a tree right near us.
Yep, we saw it go fishing. It caught
with
fish.
babies.
This is amazing stuff that you could see. I'm not saying you can't see this in the mountains in maybe Wisconsin or wherever, you know.
Well, we
South
have a lot of
Dakota, North Dakota.
conservation areas here, and that's
Yes,
why you're seeing that. So
we're
when you
very
border a
lucky.
conservation area, it really does mean a lot, you know.
We're very lucky. So our conservation area is clear. Okay, so there's the common property. So we have our property line. Then, in case you're worried about water and rain and all that,
Mhm.
there's a huge incline. Then more land, which is common, and then you have the water. Behind that is a strip of land which is all conservation
with trees.
with trees. To the left of it, trees. To the right of it, trees. But where we are, there's no overgrowth of vegetation. On the other side of the block, there's trees, there's bushes, and you're not allowed to clear it out.
Mhm.
You even if you put a dock there, because they're on a lake, you have to have HOA permission, and there's only so much that you could remove.
Yeah.
So you don't know if something came out of the water. You don't know. I mean, look, there's raccoons. There's wildlife here.
Oh, we saw. What did we see? An
There's
armadillo.
armadillos. We saw an
I was
armadillo.
like, wow, look at that.
The armadillo was adorable. So there's a lot of nature here.
Yeah.
And it's always fascinating to us to see that nature. And I'm being honest with you. We've lived here 5 years. The anniversary was around Halloween, around also Alyssa's birthday. And we haven't seen a gator in a while now. We've seen some. They might come out to sun. They very rarely come to sun where people's homes are. They are afraid of the people.
They are, yeah.
As long as
That's why you don't feed them, so they don't
That's
get
right.
because so that they don't get accustomed to people.
Right, it's like National Geographic.
Yeah.
For a New Yorker, we saw stray cats. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with stray cats.
We
but
don't see any here.
An alligator,
Yeah.
a possum.
You gave us a book. I don't know if you remember, because
The
we've seen
birds.
so many birds.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what kind of birds are these? They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I saw a hawk this morning. It was so big, and it was a dark color. And my cat came out and it looked at my cat. Of course, we have it screened, and then it flew away.
Now let's just talk about the house for a minute.
Okay.
And what makes this house
Okay, and that's
special
what we'll
for us.
close up with. Thank you. Okay.
The house itself.
Yeah.
And is it worth making the investment to spend a little more to get what we got?
Mm-hmm.
And first, I said it up front. We wanted a new home. Alyssa wanted a new home. She wanted to be the first one to go in the shower.
Yeah.
Go into the water closet, if I might call it that. She wanted to be the first one to use the sink and clean our dishes, etc.
Well, our house in Long Island was built in 1962. So it was 1962.
We redid things there, don't get me wrong. But the reality is, from the ground up, this was brand new. What does this home have? And if you spend a little extra, these are the things you get. The roof on this home is a cement tile roof. It's rated for hurricanes of over 140 miles an hour.
Okay.
It's rated to last over 40 years. Now, I know Alyssa and I will live forever. I understand that. But I don't believe we're ever going to have to change the roof.
Yes.
You see? And I'm not jinxing us. I'm just telling the truth. We have a 3-car garage, which is extremely important. So there's 2 garage doors, but the second door goes all the way back and you could fit 2 cars. That area is storage.
Mm-hmm.
We have shelving. That's where Alyssa puts all her stuff for the holidays. I put all my tools, things for the car. We keep our water out there, the food for the bunny rabbit, and anything like that. That's in the garage.
Block on block construction.
block on block construction, because we live in a DR Horton home. If you're worried, I call it the three little pigs. We're going to huff and puff and blow your house down. Okay. Well, if you remember, the third pig built his house out of brick.
Yep.
Well, our house is built out of cinder block from
all
top
the
to
way
bottom,
up.
all the way
Exactly.
up. You know, and I know Victor, if you're really interested in moving a little bit away, he went to a virtually indestructible home
That was
from
in
another
Groveland.
builder.
Yeah, I just
Yes,
passed by there today.
in Groveland.
Mm-hmm.
But Groveland, Victor, how long it'll take you to get to the
45
site?
minutes.
45 minutes. You
took
got to
me
come all the
45
way
minutes.
down 429.
But
you know,
you'll save $100,000.
but you'll save $100,000 and your house will be indestructible.
Yeah, exactly.
But Alyssa and I,
That builder's going to be building in other areas too. They've got a Popka coming up. I heard Claremont, so they're going to be around for a while.
well, you know, what they're selling makes sense,
Oh, yeah.
especially
Well,
in
I
this
think
state.
they started in the Fort Lauderdale area, southern Florida, where you could get 140 and 150 mile an hour winds. So I find it more just for peace of mind. We're not going to get those kind of winds there, but I'll tell you, if someone said, "Where do you want to go in a hurricane?" That's where I'd go. I'm going to make friends with people up there.
Okay, so you don't want to come here. Okay, well, that's all right. We're not letting you come anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, it would be cool if they built those kind of homes on the coast, because the coast is where the people take the brunt of it, you know, and it's unfortunate, you know, but we are in the middle of the state, and we're not in Hurricane Alley, which is great.
1 hour from either side. If we want to go to the West Coast by Tampa, there's beaches. And if we want to go to the East Coast, we're by Cocoa Beach. So you're in the middle and you can go to either side to go to the beach.
Now, 5 years into the home is holding up pretty amazingly.
Yeah.
We have
too.
no. Yeah,
I'm
we have
looking right around your time. Mine is holding up, knock wood, beautifully.
Yes. So as far as durability, I mean, it's great. And you know, I know Victor can't stream from where we live, but there is a new phase going up, and I'm going to put in a plug for Victor. If you really are interested in coming here,
thank you.
And if you really are interested in being close neighbors with Alyssa and I, some people might not want to. I have a big mouth. I admit it. I understand. I blab a lot. But if you do want to hang out and wake up and roll over and go to Disney with us, Phase 5 is open right now. Now, we live in something called an Emerald, the Emerald model. It's kind of like the Emerald Estate homes of DR Horton. There are no more of these. They're not making them in Phase 5. But yes, Stephanie, I'm talking to you, my dear. So Phase 5 is being built right now, and there are some phenomenal discounts going on.
Yeah, and resales do come on for Waterley.
Yes, there are resales.
Yeah, and sometimes you get, when they're still building, you could get a better deal on a resale because they're competing with the new construction.
Yes.
Right.
Sometimes.
Right. Well, right now with the Emeralds, there are no more. DR Horton is not building anymore.
There's one of our homes.
Right. There's a resale that's available.
Now we should also mention we have 3 swimming pools. 3
in the area. Yes.
Yeah.
Each phase has its own swimming pool.
Go to any one. We have a clubhouse.
Last
night, just like Disney shows movies under the stars, they were showing outside the clubhouse movies under the stars, Disney movies.
Oh, nice.
We have like all kind of events here all the time. If you want to exercise, we have a gym, but they also have exercise classes. They have Neil noticed they have poker night. They have wine tasting.
Yes, if you want to go to these things, you sign up for it. Some of them are an extra fee. If you're wondering what we pay for HOA, it's around $250 a month. And if you think that's a lot, it includes landscaping, all landscaping. Big. I do not touch a rake. These hands will stay nice and unchafed.
Well,
And whenever
that's
you
one
ask,
of the rare communities that's not an over 55 that includes lawn care.
Right. Lawn care, and we do have sprinklers. All
Yeah,
Victor
irrigation,
does
sure.
also, and we do not touch our sprinklers. We do not control them. Steph, it's around $250, but you're not paying for your sprinkler system. They take care of it. It's all through the HOA. All we have a big palm tree out front. When you in the Emerald Homes, they gave you a palm tree. You got to have a palm tree when you
two
move to
palm
Florida.
trees.
Two palm trees. So we have a palm tree, and after one of the hurricanes,
That wasn't. That didn't have a hurricane this year. It was
No.
just a storm.
well, yeah, but after the last hurricane, I guess from the wind, the way it was blowing, it tilted a little.
Yeah.
I sent in a thing to the landscaping. They were here the next morning fixing it and propped it up.
Well,
Then we had some extra palm fronds that were hitting the house. They were hitting our son's window, and
you put in a thing.
you don't want trees in the wind hitting the. It's called drive it, but the cement that's on the side of the houses. These houses don't have siding because it's going to inevitably rub it off and ruin your house. You
Yeah.
don't want it rubbing on your roof. So I put in a thing. Before we even knew it, that day,
We did.
within 2 hours,
They had done.
they had cut the tree, and it was done.
We didn't even know they were here. We didn't even hear it. And
Cool.
they were up there cutting the tree.
Mhm.
And when we went out, he got an email, right, or a text message.
Yeah, they told
he
us it
got
was
an
done.
email. It's done. I said, "How was it?"
I
done?
didn't believe them.
And we looked outside. They did it. 2 hours.
That's great.
So that's a great advantage, if you
There's
can.
some advantages to having an HOA, I'll tell you. Now, my HOA does not include lawn care, but I really wish it did. So I pay $125, and I do have a pool, but honestly, I've never used it.
Yeah, we don't go to
5
the
years,
pool a
I've
lot
never.
either. But it's nice to
But
look at.
that's all I have is the pool.
Well, we have.
And then we have
a,
the nice shared space and everything, and they did some other stuff around
Right,
here.
so for $125 extra a month, we're not paying for our lawn maintenance or our sprinklers. So it evens out.
They also do a fall fair because there's a lot of land.
Well, okay. Well, thanks. Let me see if I have any more questions. I got one more comment coming in. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for joining me today. I'm going to hopefully edit this up and get some segments out of it. So if there's any communities anybody's watching wants me to go to, just mention it to me. I'll see if I can fit it in my schedule. But I'm probably November and December. I probably not going to do any live streams other than these. But anyway, so all right. Thanks again. This has been great.
Thank you. And thanks to everybody who joined us and anybody who's going to watch in the future. We just hope that we gave you a little better understanding of what it's like after 5 years.
Yes. Okay. Thanks. Happy anniversary then.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching this live stream. And remember, like, comment, and share. It's so important to grow my community and grow my business. I really appreciate it. And thank you again for watching. And if you just came in late, go back. It'll be here in just a few minutes. They'll post it. You can watch the whole video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Making the dream of a Disney lifestyle a reality. I'm Victor Nawrocki. Contact me on Facebook at Nawrocki Realtor or my website, celebratingflorida.com. Thanks for watching Disney at your doorstep.